Tonight, we bring you a series of critical updates from around the globe, each unfolding with significant implications. We begin in the Middle East, where the Israeli military faces its deadliest day since the onset of the Gaza War, marking a tragic escalation in the region. Israeli forces suffered a grave loss when two buildings, which they were preparing for demolition, collapsed near Kibbutz Kisufim. This incident, a direct result of an attack by militants from Gaza, led to the deaths of 21 Israeli soldiers. This marks one of the deadliest incidents for the Israeli military since the beginning of the Gaza War. In the wake of the devastating collapse in Gaza, which resulted in the loss of 21 Israeli soldiers, international attention is now focused on Israel's military tactics in the region. Questions are being raised about the potential establishment of a buffer zone along the Gaza border, a strategy that is drawing scrutiny and concern from the global community. The recent events in Gaza have drawn the attention of the Biden administration in Washington. Officials are voicing concerns over the possible annexation of parts of the Gaza Strip by Israel and the displacement of its residents. The State Department is advocating for a balanced approach that respects international law while addressing security concerns in the region. The conflict in Gaza continues to exact a heavy toll on its civilian population. Over 25,000 people, predominantly civilians, have been reported killed since the hostilities began, highlighting the deepening humanitarian crisis. Thousands are displaced within Gaza, facing critical shortages of food, medicines, and clean water, as the international community watches with growing alarm. In a strategic move, Israeli forces have surrounded Khan Younis, the last major stronghold of Hamas in southern Gaza. Amidst intense shelling and sniper fire, the civilian population, including many families, is caught in a dire situation. Reports of intense fighting near hospitals and other civilian areas are raising serious concerns about the humanitarian impact of the conflict in this densely populated region. In a startling and unprecedented move, the renowned American fast food chain In-N-Out Burger is permanently closing its doors at one of its locations. For the first time in its 75-year history, In-N-Out has cited rampant crime as the reason for shutting down a restaurant. Our focus tonight is on their Oakland establishment, a popular site near the airport that has been serving customers for nearly 2 decades. In a candid statement released earlier today, In-N-Out's Chief Operating Officer, Denny Warnick, expressed deep concern for the safety of customers and employees. Despite the location's profitability and busy foot traffic, the decision comes in the wake of increasing car break-ins, property damage, armed robberies, and theft. In 2023 alone, Oakland has seen a significant uptick in burglaries and motor vehicle thefts, with a 23% and 44% increase, respectively. The closure, set for March 24, marks a significant moment for the city of Oakland and the fast food industry. In-N-Out, a privately held company known for its conservative operational policies, made headlines last year for banning employee mask wearing in 5 states. The brand, usually in the news for its customer service and unique management style, now faces a challenging scenario, balancing business operations with public safety. This closure isn't just about a restaurant shutting its doors, it's a reflection of broader social issues impacting businesses and communities. Councilwoman Traver Reed's call for more police presence in the area underscores the urgency of the situation, highlighting the need for immediate action to address the escalating crime rates in Oakland. The affected employees, around 100 in number, are being offered transfers to a nearby San Francisco location or severance. For now, the closing of Oakland's in-and-out is a symbolic event, signaling deeper concerns about safety and security in urban business environments. Tonight, we turn our attention to Laconia, New Hampshire, where the race for the Republican nomination is reaching a pivotal moment. Former President Donald Trump is on the cusp of potentially securing an early and decisive victory in this crucial first-in-the-nation primary. As voters head to the polls, the stakes couldn't be higher for the GOP and the nation. Donald Trump, seeking a rematch against President Biden, rallied his supporters in a show of unity and strength. Notable figures like Senator Tim Scott and entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy stood by his side, signifying the rapidly consolidating support within the party. However, Trump's campaign continues to be marked by polarizing rhetoric, resonating with his base but also raising concerns nationwide. An hour's drive south, Nikki Haley, Trump's sole remaining major challenger, made her final pitch to voters in Salem. Emphasizing the need for a new generational conservative leader, Haley aims to appeal to a broader electorate, including independents. Her campaign, buoyed by the support of Governor Chris Sununu, represents a contrasting vision within the Republican Party, one that seeks to move beyond the divisive politics of recent years. As we await the results of this critical primary, the dynamics of the Republican race are in sharp focus. Trump's push for an early knockout contrasts with Haley's message of renewal and change. The outcome here in New Hampshire could set the tone for the remainder of the nomination process and shape the GOP's path forward. A significant development in international relations is unfolding as Turkey's parliament is poised to vote on Sweden's long-awaited NATO membership bid. This crucial decision, set for tomorrow, comes after 20 months of intricate diplomatic negotiations and geopolitical maneuvering. In Ankara, the Turkish General Assembly, where President Erdogan's ruling alliance holds a majority, is expected to finally ratify Sweden's application. This pivotal move would overcome the largest obstacle to Sweden's NATO accession, a process initiated in response to Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. While Turkey's approval will mark a critical step, Hungary remains the only NATO member yet to endorse Sweden's entry. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has extended an invitation to his Swedish counterpart for discussions. Though the Swedish Foreign Minister Tobias Billström has expressed reservations about the need for negotiations at this stage. Sweden's bid for NATO membership represents a historic shift in its security policy, aimed at bolstering defenses in the Baltic Sea region. Turkey's delayed approval has tested the patience of its Western allies and also allowed Ankara to negotiate concessions, including steps to address its concerns over groups it deems terrorists. The complexity of this process extends beyond NATO, linking to wider issues such as the proposed U.S. sale of F-16 fighter jets to Turkey. Congress remains uncertain, influenced by Turkey's stance on NATO expansion and concerns over its human rights record. As we await the outcome of Turkey's parliamentary vote, the implications for NATO's expansion and the balance of power in the region are profound. In a major legal development today, the Federal Appeals Court has declined to further review the gag order imposed on former President Donald Trump, relating to his election interference case. This decision paves the way for a potential showdown at the United States Supreme Court over the restrictions placed on Trump's speech. D.C. Appeals Court panel upholds lower court's gag order on Trump, barring statements that could disrupt his trial. This decision affirms an earlier ruling by Judge Tanya Chutkan, who imposed the gag order to prevent potential disruption of the trial process. Special counsel Jack Smith, who charged Trump with 4 felonies related to the 2020 election, plays a central role in this ongoing legal saga. The Supreme Court is already scheduled to hear an appeal in another case involving Trump, and it may soon have to consider whether to intervene in this gag order issue as well. If the Supreme Court agrees to review the gag order, it would mark their first intervention in any of Trump's criminal cases since he was charged.